Road trip fever, destination Zion. The engine roared, the open road beckoned. We were finally on our way to Zion National Park. This place was calling us. We craved adventure. We hungered for breathtaking views. Zion promised all this and more. I could barely contain my excitement. This trip was going to be epic. The miles flew by. Our anticipation with each passing hour. We chatted, laughed, and shared stories. The open road has a way of bringing people together. It's a time to connect and make memories. We were doing just that. Our destination awaited. As we approached Zion, the landscape began to change. Towering sandstone cliffs emerged on the horizon. Their vibrant red hues were almost unreal. The Virgin River, a ribbon of blue, snaked its way through the canyon. We were entering a different world, a world of immense beauty and raw power. I felt a surge of adrenaline. This was it. This was the adventure we had been waiting for. Zion, here we come. Our first hike in Zion was to the Emerald Pools. This trail is a classic for a reason. It's relatively easy. Plus, it offers stunning views of the canyon. The trailhead was easily accessible from the park shuttle. The trail wound its way through a lush grotto. Ferns and mosses clung to the canyon walls. We reached the lower Emerald Pool. The water cascaded down the rock face. The water shimmered in the sunlight. The Emerald Pools are a true oasis in the desert. Angel's Landing. The name alone conjures up images of awe and trepidation. This hike is not for the faint of heart. It's a strenuous climb. It gains over 1,488 feet in elevation, but the rewards are well worth the effort. From the summit, you're treated to panoramic views of Zion Canyon. It's truly breathtaking. The trail starts out innocently enough. It follows the Virgin River for a while, but then it starts to climb. Steep switchbacks take you up the canyon wall. You're surrounded by towering cliffs on either side. The final ascent to Angel's Landing is the most challenging. You have to navigate a narrow spine of rock. There are sheer drop-offs on either side, but thankfully, chains are bolted into the rock. These provide a much-needed sense of security. We finally reached the summit. We were rewarded with views that took our breath away. The entire canyon stretched out before us. It was a sea of red rock cliffs, verdant forests, and the winding Virgin River. This was why we came to Zion. This was the adventure we were looking for. The Zion Canyon Overlook Trail is short but sweet. It's the perfect hike for those short on time, or for those who want to experience the grandeur of Zion without too much exertion. The trailhead is located just east of the Zion Mount Carmel Tunnel. It's easily accessible by car. The trail climbs steadily through a series of switchbacks. It leads to a spectacular overlook. From here, you can see the entire canyon floor spread out before you. The Virgin River winds its way through the canyon. It's flanked by towering sandstone cliffs. We spent a while at the overlook. We soaked in the views. We took countless photos. We marveled at the sheer scale and beauty of Zion Canyon. It's a sight that stays with you long after you've left. It's a reminder of the power and majesty of nature. The Zion Canyon Overlook Trail is a must-do for for any visitor to Zion National Park. It's a relatively easy hike. It rewards you with some of the best views in the park. Section 5. The Narrows, an Aquatic Adventure. The Narrows is one of Zion's most iconic hikes. It's a unique experience involving hiking through the Virgin River itself. The canyon walls here are so narrow, at times they're only a few feet apart. We rented special canyoneering boots and walking sticks. They are essential for navigating the slippery rocks. The water was cold, but it was refreshing on a hot day. We hiked further and further into the canyon, and the sunlight began to fade. The canyon walls seemed to close in around us. We were surrounded by towering walls of sandstone that soared hundreds of feet above us. The water flowed around us, carving its way through the rock over millions of years. We felt dwarfed by the immensity of it all. The Narrows is not a hike for everyone. It requires a certain level of fitness and a sense of adventure, but for those willing to brave the cold water, it's an unforgettable experience. Section 6. The Watchman, a sentinel at sunset. The Watchman is one of Zion's most recognizable peaks. It stands guard at the southern entrance to the park. The hike to the summit is a popular one. It offers stunning views of the Virgin River and the surrounding cliffs. We wanted to catch the sunset from the summit. The trail climbed steadily through a series of switchbacks. As we climbed higher, the views became more impressive. The setting sun cast a warm glow on the surrounding cliffs. We reached the summit just as the sun began to dip below the horizon. The sky exploded in a riot of colors. The Watchman was silhouetted against the fiery sky. The hike to the Watchman is a must-do for any visitor to Zion National Park. Section 7. Page, Arizona, Horseshoe Bend, and beyond. After our incredible adventures in Zion, we set our sights on a new destination, Page, Arizona. This town is a popular base for exploring some of the Southwest's most iconic natural wonders. First on our list was Horseshoe Bend. This dramatic bend in the Colorado River is a sight to behold. A short but steep hike led us to the overlook. From there, we gazed down at the river. It snaked its way around a towering sandstone butte. Its emerald green waters contrasted sharply with the red rock. Next up was Antelope Canyon. This slot canyon is famous for its otherworldly beauty. We joined a guided tour to explore its depths. Sunlight streamed through the narrow opening above. It illuminated the sandstone walls in a dazzling array of colors. Page, Arizona was a feast for the eyes. It left us in awe of the raw power and artistry of nature. Section 8. Bryce Canyon, Hoodoos and Heavenly Views. Our final destination was Bryce Canyon National Park. This park is famous for its unique geological formations, known as hoodoos. These spire-shaped rock formations are the result of millions of years of erosion. They create an otherworldly landscape that's unlike anything else on Earth. We drove along the Scenic Rim Road. We stopped at numerous overlooks. Each view was more breathtaking than the last. We gazed down into the amphitheater below. It was filled with thousands of hoodoos. They stretched out as far as the eye could see. We couldn't resist taking a hike down into the canyon. We chose the Navajo Loop Trail. It led us through a maze of hoodoos. We felt like we were exploring another planet. Bryce Canyon was the perfect ending to our epic road trip. It was a reminder that adventure can be found around every corner. All you have to do is get out there and explore. Section 9. Until next time, lessons from the road. As we drove away from Bryce Canyon, our hearts were full. We had experienced some of the most breathtaking scenery in the American Southwest. We had challenged ourselves physically and mentally. We had created memories that would last a lifetime. This road trip had been everything we had hoped for and more. We learned that the best adventures are often unplanned. We learned to embrace the unexpected. We learned that the journey is just as important as the destination. To anyone planning a similar adventure, I say this: do it. Pack your bags, grab your friends, and hit the open road. Embrace the unknown, challenge yourself, and most importantly, have fun. The open road is calling. What are you waiting for?